Hello? Is anybody out there? Hello? Yep. Just testing the audio. It's working. It's showing a different picture on the Zoom compared to the YouTube. You can see half of my head on YouTube, but you see all of it on Zoom. Okay. Hopefully it's okay. Anyway, so hi, welcome to the stream. You're welcome to join and take part in the stream. I was going to do this earlier. I quite enjoyed doing it earlier last week, and I was going to do it earlier today, but then it just didn't happen. So I had other things focusing on. So yeah, I couldn't do it earlier. So I'm doing it at normal time of 5 o'clock. But look out, I might do it earlier another week. I quite enjoyed doing it earlier. But yeah, we'll see with the whole home ed stuff and the running a house stuff and the, you know, projects and stuff. Anyway, so we're here live. You can use the link and you can join me on Zoom. Just beware your camera will be on and recorded. But you're free to have your camera off on Zoom. You're even free to mute and write your question in the Zoom chat. Or alternatively, you can also stay on YouTube and watch through YouTube and just, you can't therefore speak through YouTube, but you can write your question in the YouTube chat box. Yes. So, yeah, and I can't find a Zoom link. I put it in the chat box, the Zoom link, so it's there. It should be the first entry on the chat is the Zoom link. Thank you for the audio confirmation. Audio is fine. So yeah, I haven't got a title yet. I put the ... I'm sure one will come as I speak. So yeah. Excuse me. Had a spontaneous last minute attack of hay fever. So I have tissue. It's fine. So if you're going to join Zoom, Dee, please join now before I start the introduction. Have you found the link? Can you see the link? Let me know before I start. Can she find? Yeah, I think I know who it is. I don't know. Yeah, I think I know who it is. Can she find the Zoom? Okay, I'm going to start anyway. So So what's being spoken about is totally impossible. And I don't mean that because what's being spoken about is super complicated and I can't stand it to talk about it. I'm saying that because it's impossible to talk about because it's talking about something that is already whole, where there isn't an issue, there isn't a problem. Like, there's nothing wrong with this, what's happening, life appearing. There's nothing wrong with it. It's total perfection. It's whole, complete, undivided. It is succinct. And so there's no place to really speak about it. Like it's fully what it is. It's fully complete. And so it has no language. It has no language. It doesn't have language. Because it seems like language is about usually some pronoun, some position, and some kind of problem or issue or object, some kind of like objective. And so language is for that. It's for the human world. It's for subject, object. It's for communicating. It's for expressing. It's a function of this experience. I was going to say human, but it's also animals and everything. Like, it has its own vibration, its own way of communicating, its own language. And so it's just a part of this experience. And so language is used, it's a part of this. And it's being used now, it's happening now, this language. But it can't possibly speak about that which is beyond language. It can do its best, and it's doing its best, but it can't actually speak about it because it isn't a language. It's like a intrinsic, fundamental, like it's fundamental to everything. And so it's like to use language to describe it would be like turning around and trying to put labels on something, use language for something, describe something that isn't in the language world. It isn't in the language world. And yet that's the way we communicate in language. Well, not mostly. Apparently only 80% is non-spoken, actually, but 20 is spoken. But we heavily rely on language. And what non-duality is speaking about is this wholeness. So language is usually about its segments. It's putting sounds to seeming things. So it seems to be in this separation reality. This is this, this is this, this is this, this is this. I went there, you have this, I want this, da da da. But what non-duality is a description. Well, non-duality as in speaking non-duality. Non-duality isn't actually anything, it's nothing and it's everything. But in talking about non-duality, it's pointing to that emptiness, that fullness. It's talking about something that isn't in language. It's pointing to that emptiness, that stillness, that formlessness. And it's pointing to that as fullness, as everything, as all that is. And that's why it's so seeming separate language to talk about that which is not separate is a really funny thing to do. It's a really funny thing. And that's why, this has been said so many times by teachers that these are just what they say. These are just like fingers pointing to the moon. These words are describing something, but what they're describing in words and your understanding of those words aren't it. It's like a beautiful, massage or something. The words, in a way, are doing a job, but the end result, if you like, isn't in the words. It's in those relaxed muscles. It's in that relaxation in the end of it, not in the actual individual strokes and movements and presses and things. So yeah, the words are doing a job. They are useful. They are a part of this. But it doesn't stop with the words. It doesn't stop with the mental interpretation and understanding. A child has entered the room. Hello, child. I've lost what I was saying now. I've lost the flow. Crisps were wanted. Yeah. Ooh, it's hot. But yeah, this is beyond the language, the words, the descriptors. This is right here. This is right here. This is right here. And because this isn't a thing, this isn't a particular thing, it's impossible, confusing to that which is looking for something. The mind, the seeking's looking for something. But that's the ultimate delusion, that you are something. That you are something. That you are a person, that you are a feeling, that you are a thought. All those things appear. Seems to be a person, there seems to be thoughts, there seems to be feelings. So all those things appear. But they can't ever be what you are. They can't ever be true, because they appear and disappear. When there's deep sleep happening, which is weird because it's not happening, but when there's deep sleep, the body's sleeping, past dreaming, then where are you as this character, as this person? When there's joy at seeing a sunset or a beautiful scene, the ocean, and there's just this awe, where are you? So this idea that you are someone, that there is someone permanent here, that this narrative of someone, you and your past, you and your family, you and your this, you and your that narration of someone isn't always appearing. It appears as part of this, but it isn't always appearing. It's always changing. So that can't be what's being spoken about. That can't be who you are. That can't be the reality. This is the reality. And even in saying this is the reality, the mind looks for what this is, looks for something for it to be, looks for a thing. But it's not a thing. It's not an object. And this is the most wonderfulest thing to touch upon. To begin to inquire into, to begin to resonate with. Yeah, it's lovely, 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 lovely. Yeah, so um, feel free to ask any questions about that. Yeah, I don't tend to admit people during the introduction. I find it a bit distracting. So yeah, you have to join before I start or join after I've finished. So yeah, you're free to join now, and I'll let you in if you want to, or you can just keep watching on YouTube and use the chat box. Any questions? Just Mm. No speaking happening today. Ooh. So it seems as if there's no questions. Maybe we end the stream now. So yeah, lovely to speak about this. Yeah, it's lovely to speak about it, really. Thank you for joining. And if any questions do pop up, you're welcome to send them to my email for next time, or just join next time. Yeah. So yeah, sending lots of love, and yeah, speak soon.